Elon Musk announced Neuralink's new update. Artificial intelligence brain implants now enable a paralyzed person to move, controlling a robot just with thought. Researchers inserted ChatGPT into a humanoid robot and released it into the crowd. The result will surprise you. Scientists in Germany have just introduced the air battery, an underground vault with renewable energy. Looks like another profession is about to vanish, huh? A new construction robot called CivDot now does surveying 8 times faster than humans and with millimeter precision. China unveils the eventual GovCab. An artificial intelligence in the vehicle takes 2 people up to 30 kilometers and completes a full recharge in just 25 minutes. These and other new technology innovations will be in this episode. And that's what we're going to see in today's video, right after the intro. Hello, impressed and impressed. I'm Realidad Impresionante, and you're watching Realidad Impresionante. If you like our channel, go ahead and leave your like. If you can, share this video and leave a comment to help with engagement. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Let's begin with the technology that's finally active after over 20 years of planning. The largest digital camera ever built has pointed its lenses at the cosmos, and the result is images that usher in a new era in astronomy. Called Legacy Survey of Space and Time, this camera is more than a powerful lens. It's a technological monster. It has 2 gigapixels of resolution, 201 image sensors of 16 megapixels each, and each pixel is only 10 microns wide. All of this is inside a sealed vacuum camera, which weighs almost 3 tons, about the weight of an SUV. Atop the survey telescope on Cerro Pachon, Simone stands by the 1.5-meter external lens. Now, for the first time, this electronic colossus has turned its lenses to the sky and brought a treasure to Earth, according to the researchers. Impressive images of the Trifid and Lagoon nebulae, created from 678 captures over 7 hours. And the astronomers? They were quite excited about the details. Layers of gas, filaments, faint and dusty clouds, which were previously invisible even to powerful telescopes, can now be seen and photographed. This camera was built to do something new. Take 15-second exposures every 20 seconds, regularly scanning the entire southern hemisphere sky. It's like we're making an endless time-lapse of the universe, tracking supernovas, asteroids, and distant galaxies almost in real time. Zeljko Vesic, director of construction at the Rubin Observatory, says these images are just the start. They mark the result of 20 years' dedication and the start of a new era of discoveries. With the telescope active, it promises to reveal rare cosmic phenomena, discover mysterious objects, and even rewrite astronomy books. As the light from stars that died millions of years ago travels through the vacuum and reaches these ultra-sensitive sensors, one question remains. What else is hidden out there? What else is waiting for us to discover? With such a powerful lens pointed at the cosmos, we may be about to see and understand, of course, the universe as we have never seen or understood before. Let's wait for more answers and more questions that will certainly come with all these images. Thank you. And imagine that while we sleep and do other things, gigantic salt caverns buried kilometers deep are storing the electricity that will keep our homes lit, our cars charged, and the city running. Engineers and scientists have already started turning this kind of underground electricity vault into a reality. The heart of this idea is a system called Air Battery, created by a company that believes salt caverns can work as giant batteries. The logic is clever and quite surprising, but it's simple. The renewable energy that's generated during the day, whether by the sun, the wind, or other sources, it's used to pump water and compress huge amounts of air into very deep chambers inside the Earth. The pressure causes that air to be stored in salt caverns like natural vaults, capable of holding that energy for weeks or even months. When it's time to return all that power to the surface, the compressed air is released, pushing the water through turbines, which turn the pressure back into electricity. This entire process occurs underground where temperatures stay more stable. The natural pressure in salt formation stores compressed air safely, preventing leaks or major energy loss. These are caves that have existed for billions of years, shaped by geological processes, which make these structures sealed, resistant, and ideal for this type of storage. The best part is, it uses no chemicals or lithium batteries. It's all just water, air, and smart engineering, all within formations that have proven to be safe over the ages. Germany has over 400 salt caverns that can store enough energy to supply more than half the country's annual demand. The first commercial facility with this technology is expected to operate by 2028. The same idea is also gaining traction in China, which has more than 2,000 caverns ready to become clean energy vaults. In a world where the urgency to reach zero emissions grows every year, what is moving quickly? Should we take all that into account? Cases? The cave can be either sealed or sent. And the teams? A goal to monitor an international one right now. If it fails, everything turns again to focusing on new solutions to be able to store the excess energy. No storing the wind, huh? Oldest joke. Forget left or right, it's all just a joke, right? And with every new episode here on Impressive Reality, it's getting harder and harder for me to tell you. This seems like science fiction, huh? A new technology. H. Grope, one of China's largest car makers, has unveiled the Grover Cab, its first commercial flying car. And yes, it's an eVTOL, an electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle designed to connect major urban centers by air, flying short distances but avoiding traffic jams, which everyone knows well, right? And for those of you thinking, oh, those are just helicopters, this technology offers many benefits for urban centers, but that's not the focus right now, so I won't explain. The Grover Cab is a B-place built for 2 comfortable passengers and features gull-wing doors. Its structure is 90% carbon fiber, making it lighter and more efficient. And about its range, it's said that it recharges 100% in just 25 minutes and reaches 50% battery in only 15 times. Not so. You can fly 30 kilometers. And besides the futuristic design, the Air Cab comes packed with 5G technology's voice assistant, environment control, temperature control, sound, all that, and other perks. Is that in this machine? It's all integrated into a smart cloud system that continuously self-checks and ensures flight safety with redundancy. And if there's a problem, well, the cabin is detachable, allowing for a safe landing even if the propulsion unit fails. It's essentially a safety capsule in the sky. H aimed to deliver the first units by 2026. The global market for urban air taxis is riding the wave of the low-altitude economy. The starting price for one of these machines is about $230,000. The companies that will be able to buy and use them as taxis, right? It looks great on paper and at the expo, but will GoverCab actually succeed in practice? That's the real test. It's more than just flying through the skies, as we already know, but fitting into the existing urban air network, without running into drones' antennas, and especially without becoming a regulatory nightmare. The airworthiness certification is already underway, but mass production should only start next year. In civil construction, every inaccurate meter can be costly, all right? And what if an autonomous robot could mark the land with millimeter precision in any weather, and even up to 8 times faster than a human, or actually a team of humans? Well, that's exactly what the CivDot robot from Civ Robotics promises to deliver, and is already delivering. In fact, on large-scale construction sites all over the world. From San Francisco, the CivDot is a strong 4WD rover designed for tough terrain, holes, rocks, and mud. All that without losing direction or control. Leveraging advanced global navigation satellite system technology used by surveyors, it marks up to 3,000 points daily with up to 8 millimeters accuracy. For those who think that's just a detail, in solar parks, for example, a single panel that's out of alignment could compromise the entire energy grid. And the CivDot is there precisely for that, to make sure that doesn't happen. Goodbye, humans, it seems, right? And no need for specialist operators or advanced surveying courses. CivDot has a mission planner that works like a tablet app. You literally draw the points, and the little robot goes there, sketching and marking the whole terrain. The CivDot Plus is a more powerful model featuring dual real-time kinematic tilt correction, inertial measurement unit, and a robotic arm that marks 1,200 points daily. And Civ Robotics isn't just talking the talk, isn't that good? Their technology has enabled over 20 gigawatts of solar farms and marked more than 10 million coordinates worldwide. Every minute saved here turns into money saved for these companies, both in their pockets and in their construction schedules, of course, and less rework afterward. Plus, there's the cherry on top. CivDot Robotics is integrating NVIDIA's artificial intelligence to make all the planning even faster and more automated. With this, CivDot analyzes the terrain in real time, avoids obstacles, and adapts the layout on the spot. Do this without pausing your work. Yeah, it seems like everything is being planned out, right? With each passing day, there will be fewer jobs. Fewer humans will be occupying this kind of job. Let's watch and see where all this is going to lead, right? If you already have a prediction, comment below and I'll help you out. Actually, I'll be helped by you. We'll soon be replacing YouTubers. Yeah, my friends, the future is here. At least a glimpse of what we've seen in fiction is already happening right now. Just a thought is enough to open an app on your phone or even move a robotic arm. For those who thought this was just empty talk to make a lot of money by Elon Musk, he himself is showing that even though he doesn't meet deadlines, his ideas are always coming to life. And he just showed that the boundary between the human mind and machines is thinner than ever. Last week, Elon Musk himself announced that 7 people already have the Neuralink chip implanted in their brains. A brain-machine interface converting neural impulses to digital commands. They say what happens inside this technology is almost poetic. A biological neural network, the human brain, connects directly to a silicon neural network, basically an artificial intelligence embedded in our brain, in our nervous system. The N1 implant is inserted into the cerebral cortex using a precision surgery performed by Neuralink's robotic arm, which recently received an update. Each wire, thinner than a human hair, is inserted in just 1.5 seconds, greatly speeding up a process that once took hours. Once implanted, this device captures neuron signals, uses machine learning to interpret them, and wirelessly sends commands to a computer. The result? People with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or cervical spinal injuries can move a cursor, type, and play video games without moving any muscles. According to Neuralink, safety is a pillar throughout this entire process. Every detail, from the implant, the R1 surgical robot to the user application, was developed to reduce risks and maximize stability. The chip communicates with external devices via Bluetooth, and everything is supervised by security layers that interrupt signals in case of an error. The surgery is now done with a minimal hole in the skull and is so precise that patients like RJ, a military veteran who was paralyzed after an accident, is discharged in less than 24 hours. The PRIME study aims to show that connecting the brain to machines can be implanted widely in people worldwide by bringing together leading surgeons, without sacrificing safety or causing lasting issues. The surprising part is Neuralink has advanced beyond just controlling cursors and robotic arms. A patient with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis recently used a virtual hand to write and draw, and now, according to the company's collaborators, he is ready to start testing the Optimus robot hands from Tesla itself to gain real physical freedom. You saw him make that odd gesture with his hands, right? He did it, and I had nothing to do with it. And the ambition doesn't stop there. Elon Musk claims the same system could restore hearing for people born deaf. This can occur by directly activating auditory cortex neurons or restoring vision to those who've never seen. This involves linking glasses with a camera to a visual cortex implant. It's as if we're creating, layer by layer, a bridge between the biological body and machines. And this would be a new extension of the human brain. But every revolution carries risks and dilemmas, doesn't it? Integrating an artificial intelligence directly into the brain means opening the door to very deep questions about privacy, control, and even what it means to be truly human. In a world where biological boundaries are increasingly blurred, on one hand, the promise is to restore voice, movement, and senses to those who lost them, but on the other, we still don't know how society will deal with the fusion between biology and code, or if we'll be able to protect these interfaces from invasions and misuse. That's one of the biggest risks and fears for most people, isn't it? I believe that if we solve that problem, a lot of people will accept a chip in their heads, right? In a single announcement, Elon Musk showed that Neuralink is no longer just a lab idea. It's a striking reality for the 7 people today. Live what was once just a dream for them. And now I want to hear from you. Will this brain-machine connection truly change our species forever? Or are we just crossing a line that should never be crossed, that should be respected? Leave your opinion down below, and of course, do it respectfully in the comments. And remember to check if you're still subscribed to the channel. If there's any news, I'll let you know if you want a chip. Not with me or Elon Musk, but subscribe. And since we're talking about the brain, imagine that inside your neurons there's a tiny stalk of sugar. It's silent, but capable of turning the tables against one of the most devastating diseases of old age, Alzheimer's. For decades, this already discovered detail was overlooked, but a recent study has just shown that understanding and controlling these reserves may be the key to protecting our memory, and even explain why weight loss medications can protect our brain. The scientists at the Bank Institute for Aging Research delved deep into the brain's biochemistry and found something that changes what we knew about brain metabolism. They observed that our neurons store glycogen, a form of sugar, in the same way as muscles in the liver, but in such small amounts that, until recently, they were considered an irrelevant detail. It was by studying fruit flies that researchers noticed how this sugar behaves. When the protein, the one so famous for forming tangles in the brains of those who have it, starts to accumulate. And the result? The glycogen attaches to it, the metabolism stalls, and the neurons become intoxicated by their own sugar stores, fueling a cycle of internal destruction. The discovery is promising since fasting naturally stimulates the same enzyme, or even by already known medications, the famous glucagon-like peptide, 1S used for diabetes and also for weight loss. This suggests these medications may partly work by reactivating the neuron's hidden cleaning process. The tests were done on human neurons from patients with frontotemporal dementia. They show that activating glucagon-like peptide helps the brain regain some ability to clear toxins, reducing damage and prolonging cell lifespan. Okay, pay attention. Turning this discovery into a real therapy still requires caution. Stimulating brain enzymes is complex and patients respond differently. Also, determining the correct doses, best timing for intervention, and potential side effects will require much more time and many clinical trials. Don't take medicine however you want, and don't share the video on WhatsApp with your aunts and uncles claiming it's a cure. All right, calm down, okay? It's just research. It's promising, but it's still just research. But you can send the video, okay? Don't call it the cure. Send the videos and share them to help us. Pepper, a well-known humanoid robot, received generative artificial intelligence upgrades and was launched into the real world. The experience was a unique window to understand how we as humans react when science fiction collides with everyday life. University of Canberra researchers brought Pepper to a crowded festival. Equipped with microphones, speech recognition, the power of ChatGPT, and voice synthesis, this robot basically became a walking chatbot, ready to chat with anyone who showed up in front of it. There were 88 of them interviewed, each one interacting, asking questions, testing, and most importantly, judging. Does a robot like this fit into our real lives? The result was a roller coaster of emotions. Some people were impressed by Pepper's gestures, eye contact, and politeness, while others were frustrated when the robot talked too much, interrupted, or didn't understand a much more subtle question. Some people found the humanoid form quite strange, especially when contrasted with basic abilities, like not recognizing facial expressions, or not reacting to a simple touch on its shoulder. Pepper gestures, nods its head, but still doesn't read human body language the way we expect. But the important thing is the result of the study, which revealed a very interesting point. The more the robot looks like a human, the more we expect it to act like a human. It's obvious, isn't it? That also means waiting to speak, getting jokes, reacting to humor, or knowing when to stay quiet. When that fails, there's that discomfort, a break in the experience that creates that kind of Black Mirror weirdness, to be honest. While it still lacks naturalness, the experience was valuable. Social robots like Pepper now appear in hospitals, stores, and schools. And knowing how first impressions shape our acceptance is vital, so that they're not just cute dolls out there, but true partners. In the end, Pepper showed that putting a generative artificial intelligence in a humanoid body is only half the journey, only half the problem. We could put it that way. The other half is teaching those machines how to understand our invisible rules of coexistence. The same ones that keep a good conversation going between two human beings. Or more, of course. I have good conversations with my robot here, Atelier, and I can tell you that it's very, very realistic. I've already shown some of the previous videos here. If you want to see them, take a look at the earlier videos. But it's really realistic. I don't know what the shape was like. I think the real problem is putting an artificial intelligence in a humanoid body that won't react the same way. Man, I've already talked too much here. If you like this content, subscribe to the Asfontes channel. All the sources for everything you saw in the video are here in the description. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.